we cannot end this conversation without talking about Everybody Hates Chris. People are going to kill me. I could talk to you for like 3 hours.
I love it.
People love the show.
Yes.
It's a show that was almost, if it was in Portuguese, it would be a Brazilian show.
Yes, absolutely.
Because people love it so much. And also, I don't know if you know that in Brazil, is in this TV station called SBT, which is like the TV station for the people, you know? So it matches so well, the whole thing. How did you get that part?
Wow. This is so great.
Tell me.
First of all, I was doing a movie about football called The Longest Yard, which was so amazing with Chris Rock. It was Adam Sandler, Chris Rock, Burt Reynolds, and a bunch of wrestlers, football players, all of us, and we were in prison, and we shot it in Santa Fe, and we were there, and I remember being on this set, and it was so much fun. We had a great time, and my wife and kids came up, and we were all there, and we were just having the best time, and Chris Rock was watching, like he was looking. And I was like, I introduced my wife, introduced my kids to him, and he was like, oh. And he said, I'll never forget, we were doing some promotion for the movie, and he watched me as a dad. And he said, you know, I got something for you. I got something for you. And it was really weird, because I thought, oh, yeah, I don't know what it is. I said, what is it? He said, I can't tell you now, but I'll tell you later. And I went home, and it wasn't a week later, there was the script that was on my door. And this is back before people emailed scripts. You know, they have a messenger, would come over with a script.
It was not just something for you. You're going to be my father. Yeah. It's a lot.
No.
It's not a something, it was a lot.
He never said what it was, right? So I'm looking, and I get this script, like it says, everybody, because at the time, there was a TV show called Everybody Loves Raymond.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember looking at the title, and I laughed. Like, Everybody Hates Chris. And I was like, oh, that's funny. Just the title. I said, oh, that's a play on Ray Romano.
Ray Romano.
So I opened it up, and I'm going, what part does he want me to play? Because this is amazing. And I realized, oh my God. And then the letter came with it. It said, Julius Rock. Now, this is why it's so special. I am the only character on that show that's based on his real dad, like real name. Even the mom is a new name. Okay. Because his father passed away. And Julius Rock is his real name, who he really was, and the whole thing. Where even the brother, he had more brothers and more things. But so what you're talking about, Drew and Tanya, is kind of encapsulated in the other people, other brothers and sisters. But with me, I represent something real in his life. His dad is his inspiration. And I went, oh my God, and I will never forget just reading, I went all the way to the end. It was like, man, unplug that clock, boy. You can't tell time when you sleep. You know, and I was like, oh, he was looking at the prices of everything. That's $2.99 in the trash. You know, and I'm going, and then it reminded me of people I grew up with. And I was like, this guy, I know this guy. I've seen this man. It reminded me parts of my own father, but other people in my neighborhood. Remember, Flint was going through it. So I remember people having to save money and and I was like, oh, I hope this goes. And we shot the pilot. We got picked up. I'll never forget the day we got picked up. And when we got picked up, we were flown. I was at the premiere. This is crazy, man. The same day, the show got picked up the same day as the premiere of Longest Yard, the movie I did with Chris Rock.
That was a fun day. Yeah.
What a day. Wait, and let me tell you how amazing this day was, because this was a mind-blowing day. This day was so mind-blowing. I don't think anybody should be allowed to have this much
joy in 24 hours.
In 24 hours, I was at Radio City Music Hall, announcing Everybody Hates Chris, and all the media in New York City, Chris Rock there, me, Tashina, and the crowd is laughing at the clips because Chris is getting beat up, right? He's like, and everybody's laughing. And everybody says, and they're clapping like, this show is amazing. We get picked up, we go to the airport, I get on a private jet. Chris says, I get on Chris Rock's private jet. We fly to LA, get off the plane for the premiere of The Longest Yard with Adam Sandler. All this, and I'm going, what a day! In the morning, I'm in New York. At night, I'm at the premiere. I said, babe, can you believe this life? This is why I'm so thankful.
Yeah.
It makes me choked up. But you see,
I know.
people want to talk about, like, why are you so happy? I'm like, you know what I've got? You know what I've seen? You know where I'm from? This is a kid who couldn't watch the movies. I'm a kid who wasn't allowed.
That's amazing.
You know what I mean?
That's
To go
amazing.
from that to this, that's Mars.
That's beautiful.
We're on Mars now. I'm on Mars. Not only am I on Mars, I'm on Mars with Chris Rock and Adam Sandler.
I'm in a private jet in Mars.
And I'm like, I had never flown private before. I'm going, this is a whole nother. Anyway, it's just a jet and we can eat whatever we want. And I'm going, I don't want to mess up anything. He's like, no, man, it's okay.
Crazy.
Dude, and that led to a beautiful 4 years. Because Tyler James Williams was this amazing kid who was so talented. And you see, now he's a superstar on Abbott Elementary and all. And then all the from Vincent Martella and Tashina and Amani Hakeem. It was just, I mean, I couldn't ask for more. And it was like being at home. When I would go from my house to my other house, which was on set.
That's crazy.
And it felt like that. Like I'm going home to my other home.
That's beautiful.
It's so good, man. So good. And then we got canceled. I'll never forget when it was like, oh no, we're not.
How many seasons you guys did?
Four seasons.
Okay.
And I remember we could do some more. And I thought, but. And they said, no, we're going to make another move. And then it hit all over the world because people got to see it in reruns over and over.
So when the show was on air here, it was not a hit outside of America.
It was okay. It wasn't a smash. You know,
in America, it wasn't a smash.
It was not. It was like, because they were like, oh well, and it was just a nice show. And they said, okay, we'll just
4 seasons. It's a victory.
Good. 4 seasons is
how many shows? They don't even come to the pilot. Just to do the pilot is already good. To have a first season, to have 4 seasons, that's a success. Bro.
I know. No, it was.
That's a lot.
Brilliant. But I was not prepared for even more success. Once the world got it, I wasn't ready for that. Like, again, I was like, we did good. That was good. But then when I saw how people responded in other places, they were like, oh, you deserve everybody's credit. I mean, we went everywhere around the world, and then especially in Brazil. Brazil just said, this is our show. This is our people. This is our family. Yeah. And I couldn't believe it, man. I couldn't believe the response. It was big. It was more, I knew it was good, but it was a smash worldwide. And it still keeps going, because this is another thing I like to say. It's a time capsule. It stays in the 80s. So you don't really, it's like you look backwards at time through a different lens. You know, if you were around there, or even, let's say you weren't there, it's a chance for kids today to look at what it was like back then. You know what I mean? Yeah. We weren't walking around with cell phones in the TV show because you didn't have them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like a lot of things that there was no internet. Julius had to go to work. It wasn't anybody, online or no.
And some sentences that you say on the show, they became part of. People wrote me so much today, like the biggest discount you can have is when you don't buy it.
Yeah, I know.
People said that so
save
much.
More. Yeah. You know how much you can save? You can save more if you don't buy it.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Oh,
Terry,
thank you. I'm so glad.
So happy that you came here. People are so excited about this. I was so happy to sit down with you, my friend, and talk. We could talk so much more, but that's awesome. You. Thank you. I love it so much.
Thank you, awesome. And I can't wait to go back to Brazil.
Please.
Listen, we were talking earlier.
Terry has plans in Brazil. That's the only thing I'm gonna say.